Hello and welcome to the SEGA News Bits. I'm your host George, and with me is Barry.
All right, let's get this done in under a minute, please.
If you guys haven't heard, the Sonic Forces demo came out on the Japanese PSN. Don't get too excited and try to go to your local PSN store or your Nintendo eShop store because it came out on both systems. Sorry, Xbox One.
Yeah.
But we got to play the game at least a minute per each stage because they have a timer. Because I guess this is Sonic Team's way of like mocking us. Like the fans have been making fun of them that they can't make a level that's over a minute long. So now they put a timer on the level to show you. In fact, a minute is not that long. And so let's start with the modern stage. What was your opinion? Because you played the PlayStation 4 version only, right?
Yeah. Well, first off, I feel like some people, they're looking at the gameplay. They're talking about the minute timer. For me, though, the biggest thing when I started the stage was really this is the first time I've experienced like next gen modern Sonic, because what was the last one we had was like on the 360 and the PS3. So this has been long awaited for me, and I thought it looked beautiful just starting up, the graphics and everything. It looked great on the PS4.
And it was Green Hill Zone, right? The level that you get to play as modern Sonic.
Yes. So this is actually from what I've kind of culled from the in-game radio chatter. This is the very first stage in the game when you're modern Sonic. So this is like the intro stage, kind of like, remember Windmill Isle Act 1 that's like a minute long?
Yeah.
So if people are thinking, oh, it's so simplistic, it's so linear, this is just telling people what the controls are. It's not a big deal, really.
And what do you think about the grass? That was the biggest improvement. Right when I played the game, was all these little blades of grass they had.
I know.
It had good graphics. I mean, it's not Uncharted or anything. It's not pushing the PlayStation 4 to its limit, but it looks sharp. I think that's the best thing we can say about. I think I can say about the game, at least what we played, because it's so, like you said, it's very simplistic. It's just showing you the moves. It's not really showing off what Sonic Team is capable of making. It's trying to like ease players into modern Sonic, and I think he does a good job in that, but I feel like a lot of long-term fans are just going to mock this because of how simple it is and how many times they've done this.
Yeah, exactly. Because really, if you've played Sonic Unleashed or Sonic Colors or Sonic Generations, this is, it feels the same. Nothing's new here, at least in terms of modern Sonic.
I was going to say, what do you think about the frame rate in the game? Like, this is one of the things that Sonic Team's always kind of held back on, is not making the game 60 frames per second, but I noticed it didn't really dip, at least when I played it.
No, it looked really solid to me. Did you want to comment on how the Switch version played? Because you played both.
Yeah, the Switch version, actually, the modern Sonic, the transition is actually the best. I think Sonic, the worst was Avatar, but I'll talk about that when we talk about the Avatar stage. But
okay.
The modern Sonic actually worked as well as I thought it was going to be. It obviously has a huge downgrade in graphics. It's not even 1080p. It's not even 720p. I think it's like 540p or something. Ugh. So it looks very like muddy, the textures. And then also the frame rate isn't there the way that it is on the PlayStation 4. Definitely playing this on the PlayStation 4 than playing it on the Switch. I was like, yeah, I'm going back to the PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. So definitely, if you guys have a choice, get it on the PlayStation 4. And if you're going to get it on the Switch, just play the demo and make sure you're okay with the frame drops and the graphics looking muddy.
Yeah.
And so the next stage we got to play was Classic Sonic, and this was actually Green Hill Zone, but a boss level instead of an actual stage. So what's your thoughts on the, I guess, physics? Because that's, I think, something that a lot of people have been talking about, Classic.
I thought it controlled, physics-wise and control-wise, it was like Generations, but slightly improved. Coming off of Sonic Mania, though, it definitely shows that it's not one-to-one, but it still feels good, and I think it's going to play well within the confines and the rules that they've built within the stage design. I will say this is the one, though, where the 1 minute time limit really hurts it, because you get to play, the wrecking ball thing, but it's a buzzsaw, and you're like, oh, cool, and then it transforms, and then the demo ends.
Exactly, and one thing that I thought it was weird, like right away when I got into the game, right when you play the Green Hill boss from part 2, whatever, the thing with the little ledge hammer thing, where you had to jump on the platforms.
Yeah.
When you hit it, I feel like in the Genesis one, if you hit it in a certain angle, you bounce a different way. On this one, you always bounce downwards. And it was really annoying because I got hit right away right when I started the game.
Right, and you can't collect the rings in this demo.
No, and then on the Switch version, they just disappear. There's like no animation. It's like they didn't have enough time to finish the animation for the rings leaving you. So it just like they just bounce off and they disappear. It's actually pretty funny. But yeah, outside of that, there's not really that much things. That you got to use the drop dash here. What do you think about that? Adding that to the arsenal of classic Sonic.
I think that's pretty cool. It shows that Sonic Team was seeing what was happening with Mania, and they were, digging it. I feel like there's always these stories of behind the scenes politics and the Japanese side just not liking what the US and Europe is doing with Sonic. But I feel like this is one where you really saw Sonic Team was appreciating what the Mania team was doing. So that's nice.
Yeah, and it feels really good, I guess. That's like one of the positives on this. I think that this drop dash really fits this game, at least with Classic here, because you get to go a lot faster than you did in the first one, Generations. The last stage we got to play was Chemical Plant, not Chemical Plant Zone, just Chemical Plant, with the Avatar. And you actually got 3 guns, I think, and every time you would restart the Avatar stage, they would change the look of the Avatar. So what was your opinion on the designs you got to play as and the guns you got to play with?
The first guy I got to play as was my favorite, Buddy the Wolf, who was the original reveal, who I feel is kind of like the default. Remember in PSO when there was so many different heroes, but there was always those default ones that you saw in the packaging? Yeah, he's kind of like that. And I liked it. I liked the design, I should say. Do you want me to discuss the gameplay? Dare I?
Dare, yeah, I think you should dare.
Again, that 1-minute timer really hurts the demo just because you're experiencing a brand new gameplay style and you don't have much time to play around with it. Honestly, the Avatar plays kind of like Sonic Lost World, where they tried to strip Sonic of his speed and focus more on platforming, which is not a bad thing. I like how he kind of plays like Sonic Boom Sonic in the 3DS games, where you have the grappling hook and where it's not boost focused, it's more like weapons and gadgets. I didn't dislike it. It's definitely not my favorite play style, but it's much preferred over treasure hunting or fishing.
My only issue with it, I felt like in this level at least, they were basically encouraging you to skip everything. Like there was, you just pressed AA and then you would not even have to hit the bad guys. You would just go over them. And then after that, you would be able to use your R2, or I don't know what button it was, but your Wisp power. And and I felt like it was really OP. Like it just cleared everything away. And it was kind of like the boost with Sonic. But I guess that's just an issue I have with the modern gameplay. And I know people like it, so I guess it's not a real complaint, is it?
Well, it is worth pointing out that I believe they've revealed difficulty settings, and I also think that the demos actually are made to be very simple. So the weapons, really, they actually run out of their full potential rather quickly from what I saw, and then when you collect the Wisp power-ups, it fills the gauge up again. On low, it really just becomes like a close combat sort of device. I think once we get the game in hand, it's going to be a little more difficult.
We also saw 3 weapons here, right? The fire, the lightning, and this cube thing that makes like these interdimensional cubes. I don't know what they are. But which one did you like, and which did you think it was the worst?
Flame was my favorite because it was easy to kill everything, and my least favorite was the cube one because you had to stand there and hit the ground once, hit it twice, and it just didn't work for this demo because you only have a minute, and it takes like 5 seconds to use that thing.
I actually agree because I think it slows down the action. Like when I play modern Sonic, I know this is kind of a stereotype, but like I want to keep on moving, right? I don't want to just stay there and go like, oh, I'll hit him with this, and I'll see what happens if I'm always on the move.
Yeah.
So that doesn't work for me, at least for that. It could be a little slower, the Avatar gameplay, but I still want to keep on moving forward, right? I don't want to be pressing a button and slowing the whole action down, and then you have to touch the cubes, don't you, afterwards?
Yeah, that's the thing is I guess you have to hit it again and the cubes blow up, or you can just jump over them and keep going. But it's kind of like, why would you have a weapon that takes two attacks to use when all the other ones are just instantaneous?
I agree, and then you have the other one that's the electric whip, that you just press one button and everything around you dies, basically.
Yeah, some people on YouTube discovered that if you make it all the way to the QTE section and you pause the game right as the QTE is about to execute, the timer freezes for the game. It's a glitch, and you can complete the Avatar stage. And so there's about another minute and a half of that level. And I'll be honest, it looked a lot more fun than the first half, and I kind of don't understand why they didn't let you just play through the whole level. Same with the modern Sonic stage. once you get into that Dust Hills section, or whatever it's called, the stage ends in like 10 seconds. So again, why limit players? It's very strange.
And do you think that when they release it in English or Western PSN and eShops, that they should maybe make it the full level instead of trying to like put a timer there for no reason?
Absolutely, and I'm really hoping that the social media team, like Aaron Weber and his gang of cronies, that they're seeing people's reaction to this, and hopefully they push to have that removed, because it seems like something that should be removed if the demo releases West, for sure.
So what do you guys think about the Sonic Forces demo? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys play it on the PlayStation 4 or the Nintendo Switch? What version of the game are you thinking of getting, or did this demo dissuade you from getting it? Tell us in the comments below.
Timer's running out. 3, 2, 1.